think about what every line means. Like, I used to think, okay, for this composition, let's put this there and that there to tell the story. But it's kind of just, it's literally just how I felt when it happened. These sketches, it's like the situation essentially.
You just start with like your name.
Oh,
your
my
guy
name.
yourself.
Oakley Sayer. What else? I like to paint. Damn, it's harder than I thought. Well, what else do you want to know? Hey, excuse me. Random question. What's the selfie?
Yeah, you can.
Cheers, mate. Thank you. Have a good day. That's the best one I got, yeah.
And the selfies with strangers. So like, do you want to explain that a little bit?
Yeah, so for my college project, the FMP, the final major project, we had to choose a topic, and my topic initially was art in education and how I think it's flawed and the way I go about it. But I found it boring to talk about, and it just I don't want to spend my time yapping about something I don't like. It's just gonna get me down, and I don't see why I should do something that's just gonna be miserable. Oh shit. So I thought, why not kind of experiment with my creative practice and how I feel inspired. And one of the ways is through social interaction and like this idea of absurdity. So I get like a real kick out of being out of peculiar things. So like if I want to feel good, I'll like take the selfie with a stranger, or I'll like do a weird dance in public. It sounds quite like trivial, but it's like it's quite entertaining to me. So selfies of strangers is essentially me explaining that, like, just if you want to have a creative practice, it's not just doing a drawing, doing a portrait, or like boring things. Something like the creativity comes from like whatever you find, whatever makes you happy, essentially. So, like, let's say one of the things I do if I want to do something creative is I'll play basketball. That's why we played before. So, like, I'll go and play with random people. I'll just ask for a couple games, and then it'll make me feel good. Then I want to make some art, and then it'll make me, like if I go up to a stranger and I have a good conversation, I would have got an insight into their life. Like the lady with the red hat, the red hat lady is what I call her. So I email her every now and then, and I got something out of that, and then I can exchange my work, and I can be creative with her, and I can do these like little things. So that's mainly what it's about, just using my love for speaking to people and like meeting random people to essentially fuel my creativity. And then I want to show people that you haven't just got to do the regular things that you're taught in school. Like, I remember in school you get taught like the most basic things, and I don't understand it. Like, why don't we introduce children and kids to art as like a way to express yourself first, and then you can learn the technical things after, because you're not going to have a love for the technical things if you don't have a love for just creating. So that was really my point. It's just that everyone can be creative, and everyone is, but it's just when people think of creativity, they often think of like weird people who do weird things. When actually they're not weird at all. They're just confident in their like expression and confident in their like ability to create, essentially. Like I've had a lot of weird reactions from taking selfies. Like some people find it funny and kind of poetic and creative, and some people think I'm just like a harasser. I wouldn't quite put it like that. Like if someone wants to say no and doesn't want the selfie, I'm not going to pester them, as you've seen. I kind of just, if they say no as well, that's equally as good as an opportunity, because it kind of gives you this weird feeling. It's kind of refreshing, if that makes sense. You don't see any of my photography, apart from like that, because it's for something, but most of the time it's just my own use, just because I enjoy like actually walking around taking the photos. I might still try enter a photo, but like a photographer would be Yorgos Lanthimos. I studied him for my A-level college project, and I came up with this, the Horses in Your Home series. So I put horses in houses. I didn't actually, it looks like it, but they're not actually there. But the thing is, if you're looking at the photo, you wouldn't notice their weird face paint because there's a horse. And I kind of got this idea of like absurdity and like weirdness, and this like kind of taught me to just be a bit more relaxed and be a bit more like kind of weird, if that makes sense. Another one's Jeff Wall, his photography and his use of like creating a scene almost, and creating this. He talks about like experiencing something 30 years ago, and then 30 years later he comes back to it in his mind and he like remakes it and he kind of frames things. And I'm kind of like that with my painting. Like I'll look back to a feeling, or like a day, like this for instance has a feeling. I like to go back to those and essentially just illustrate them. One, because I like to just reflect on things, and second of all, just because I like to see how it looks essentially. Like all of these have a day. Like every single thing that I've done is like a time. Essentially, it's not just a painting. It's a place. It's like a moment. Like let me have a look in here. Like all of these. Like I drew that when I was like anxious or something, because I can look back at it and I can tell how I felt. These are just funky sketches, but that one, I got a new jacket and it made me feel like kind of good and kind of bubbly, and that's what that is essentially. So these people have essentially taught me just to view art in a more of like a day-to-day practice, not even in sense of art, just in terms of like being creative. But in terms of like people instead of just artists, I'd say probably Ben actually from Night. Ben's always been a good one. My boss at work, Cam. My teacher Michelle from photography. She's different gravy. Kelsey, my current foundation teacher. Emma from graphics. What else is there? But these are all people that have like inspired me to create and that made me push myself, if that makes sense. Because like at times I've been lazy when making stuff. Like this is the first time I painted since like October. But they all help me to do other things instead of painting, like loads of photography, like stuff up there. I haven't got much of it in here, but like the more like experimental stuff. So they're those people really push me in that sense. But my main inspiration just comes from like literally everyone, just experiencing people, and like it's like the photos, Selfies with Strangers project. It's literally just I get inspired by like social interactions and sharing experiences and collaborating on conversations with people. So it's literally just anything and anyone will like inspire me essentially.